represent your motherfucking sex in your daily. Bust on the cops while I cuss the face. Roll the joint in the bathtub, get paid. Put the G in the P, flip the G to a key. Put the West Coast back on the map, baby. Check my styles, check my files. I've been gangbanging since I was a juvenile. They cut me loose and 9 deuce. I swear to tell the whole truth. Keep it gangbang, honey, proof. Everybody say, hey, Snoop, shit, death row pay me. Look here, young low, shit, it's all too great. I really can't trip off the past. On the real, I had a blast. Tupac, rest in peace, and God bless all my enemies. Ain't no limit, ain't no gimmick. Master be good looking out, my boy. Salute my lieutenant. A minute knee deep and can't breathe no more. I had to move down south on the low low for shelter. Dipping through the woods with fiends, magic poke. Mystical V9 C bars and hit earth wonders on tip. Down like the president. It's evident. Shit, I'm doing good. I moved out the hood like I should. And then they had the nerve to call me Hollywood. I don't give a fuck if I'm misunderstood. Hey, what to do, y'all? God bless the dead today, every day. You know what I mean? Let me pause this real quick. Play some G-Funk up in here, man. Hey, so real quick, this is a part 2 to a 3-part lecture series, and this is only the intro classroom setting for an even bigger project. I have lots of life experience behind me, and so that's all it is, man. Sorry, I have to. Okay, I'm gonna prioritize. So I have a lot of life experience behind me, a lot of pain behind me, and oftentimes, a lot of things might come as a result of that, right? So a lot of things might be a direct result of, obviously, my uprising, your uprising, their uprising. And let me tell you something though. At a certain point in time, right, we become conscious of what made us us. And once we become conscious, it is on us. It is on us to do good with that info. And no one else. And no one else alone. And no one else alone. So why do I say that? Why do I even say it like that? I say it like that because growing up, I had a whole victim mentality that got in the way of my own development, and I don't want you to. I want you to thrive. I want you to be better than me, to be better than them. And so, yeah, so with that being said, y'all, these lectures are meant to serve my childhood self. It's like how I'm able to clear my karma, selfishly clearing my guilty conscience. Because guess what? At the end of the day, we are only responsible for ourselves. So let's get back to the point. What it means to be a man in today's world. It means to be a man in a very sick time where you will not be given your flowers. Sorry, son, you know what I'm saying? You will be raised in a terrible fucking world that has lots of problems, lots of complications. And the main biggest factor in all this ordeal is that we're still meant. The main message is to just live, enjoy life. At the end of the day, so just live. What you do with your free will is up to you. Now that itself is a debate, X, Y, and Z, but that's the beauty. We get to ask questions. Not only do we get to be, we get to accept, but we get to question. And that's the biggest blessing life could give us, is the ability to question how things work. It gives us a drive, curiosity, wonder. Seventh wonder laboratory. Does that make sense? But it does now. I love coffee. Give me 1 second, take a little sip. So, another main point is understanding that life is never personal. And so, You might have a bad dad, a bad mom, X, Y, and Z, single mom, whatever the case might be. But you need to also understand the main big factor at play is that we all have a life that is unique to ourselves, and we need to respect that. Okay, so let's move on. So for me, it's a backstory. My dad was an alcoholic all my life. My stepdad died when I was really young. Um, Tragic, right? Whatever. It made me who I am today. And and I didn't know X, Y, and Z. So growing up, I had lots of problems, emotional issues, primarily. Primarily emotional issues, only because of the fact that
My Wolfram is the
hold
head,
on,
and
bro.
I am the
Let
will.
me just fix the audio real quick.
There are void fissures in the area. Use these to crack open a relic.
Um, so yeah. So basically, though, growing up, I was emotionally a wreck, emotionally out of control, emotionally a problem, right? And so, what I would love to communicate is that, hey, us as human beings, we need habits and ways and processes and ways to go about things, right? Or else, if we don't plan, we plan to fail, some might say. Okay, so again, with all that being said, it's our life. What do we do? How do we make it? It's our bed to be made. What do we do? It's on us, and no one else. And no one cares, by the way, about your fucking pity story. Or mine. I've tried, trust me. But yeah, so I was emotionally a wreck. With what I know now, I would have put myself in some kind of physical sport that I actually enjoyed. I like skateboarding, not sports, right? But my mom didn't know how to mend that, what to do with that. That's okay. My mom tried, and my mom made, by the way, very successful human beings. You know what I mean? But anyways, look, bro. So we're the product of our environment, right? Literally of our conditionings and how we're made and our genetics and whatever X, Y, and Z, our infrastructure, the food we eat, our nutrients, etc., our nutrition, our health. Okay, so look though. So if a male in the house is not present in a child's development, that child is going to be emotionally a wreck. So moms are very nurturing, right? Whereas fathers are very they're just there. They're there in the sense of they're nurturing in other ways. They're nurturing in the ways that they're there to protect you and to serve the community. They're a lot more expendable. Men can't have children, and that's very important because of the fact that men can reproduce, and so that makes women more valuable. And so, with that being said, in a household where there's no dad, you're going to have an emotionally dangerous child. Dangerous because weak men are dangerous men. Okay, and I want you to know that life is going to be hard. It's going to be difficult, but at the same time, though, these times are going to create awesome, beautiful times because we need to appreciate the good, and so we need to endure the bad in order to appreciate the good. Okay, just had to note that, right? So, being emotionally unstable is bad because it actually creates a lot of issues. it, if you look at the prison system, a lot of men that find themselves there are there because they never really had the chance. They had the chances that we might see, but to them, relative to their circumstances, they didn't have no chances at all. At all. It's tragic, man. And so, yeah, I make content primarily for myself to enjoy, and that's all it is. I make content only for me and for no one else. And the reason why that's important is because that's why it resonates, it hits. I make content for myself that I would have appreciated. And so, yeah, I'm telling you all of this not to bullshit you, not to act like I know more than what you know, but it's just to simply help out the next lost kid. And so when I was growing up mad depressed, YouTube University saved me through and through. Time and time again. YouTube University came through and saved the day. And so with that being said, that's why I make content, you know? But yeah, so back to the main point, I don't want to do too much in one part. I want to split up your homework. Uh, I'm gonna end off on the fact that what it means to be a man is to recognize that there's going to be most times in your life where you're not appreciated, where your energy and your peace of mind is spent as a currency meant to be traded for the entertainment of others. And respect that. Okay, what does it mean to be a man? It's a blessing to be able to provide. It feels so good to actually take care of people, man. I know it does, bro. You know what I mean? And we all serve a purpose. We all serve a role. All of us. But it's important that you learn from the next man and from yourself. The next topic is going to be on why so many guys my age are. The next topic, hashtag 700 TV. The next topic in this lecture series is going to be on why all the young men my age don't respect the last previous generation. And it honestly has a lot to do with your actions. Like, seriously, it has a lot to do with your actions. Why is Coke so cool? Why is fentanyl so cool? Like, why is any of this shit so cool? And yeah, y'all lost people, but we're living in this. We're living in your mess, and that's why we have no respect for you. That's simple. We gotta start beating y'all fuckers up, man, for acting out of line and shit. Our elders acting crazy and all that, bro. Fucking talk to them, bro. It's a time and place where like y'all gotta know when to sit the fuck down. You're getting old, bro. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, so that kind of concludes this live, the two-part series, the three-part series. Then the next part to this Daddy Issues playlist is going to be tomorrow, and it's going to be about about why young adults don't respect people, and it's quite simple. We weren't taught respect, and if we were, you would see it, man. So with that being said, y'all, have a blessed day. Thank you so much. I'm gonna conclude it with a Bible verse. But give me 1 second while I pull up the Bible verse. My phone died, and so I can't really communicate that. But I'm trying to incorporate uh, Psalms into all of my lectures. But yeah, so while this boots up, enjoy the ambience of the jazz. And by the way, this playlist can be found on YouTube, um, on Spotify, and eventually at my own restaurant, cafe, lounge, arcade spot. So God bless you guys. Give me 1 second while I boot this up. So I love reading the Bible. It keeps my head clear, especially because I don't really have too many role models to count on. Okay, so uh, Psalms 84:5. Blessed are those whose strength is in you and whose heart are the highway to Zion. So what I take away is that by placing strength in God, we place strength in ourselves. By putting chips in God, we put chips in ourselves. By investing more and more into God, the return, the ROI on our personal lives will strengthen. Does that make sense? By betting, by investing more and more on God, the ROI on God's return will only compound. And to you, it might be something. It might be enjoyment, fulfillment. It might be the reason you lose everything. But to God, it's another day, baby. So, hey man, let's keep it a buck. From atheism to Christianity, back to atheism, back to Christianity again, man. We getting back to it. Hashtag 700 TV, all up in the mix. Playing games, business, trading, X, Y, and Z, deals, sales, auctioning, you name it, we're here doing it, man. God bless. Everything that we're doing is currently in the name of the people. Nothing that we do will ever sabotage the human development. God bless you guys. Let's keep it up, man. We're the people. Bless you.